Hello folks, this is David Uso245 of Uso245, and today I'm going to be doing my post-review of ArcheAge. The post-review is post-launch, and I haven't made it to the max level yet, surely because of two reasons. One, I started a second class, I believe it's pronounced the Hierophant, which is the CC healer build. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, the Templar is the healer to go when it comes to PvP and stuff, whereas they're built as big heals, big defense. One problem I see with that is most of the time you're not going to be left standing there just throwing off heals and you're going to be focused. Yeah, I see that. And those defensive abilities can help, but sometimes, you know, if you get CC'd, those defensive abilities aren't going to help you too much then. In comes the Hierophant, where the CCs you have, you can quickly CC the enemy and then quickly get yourself away. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to do that. So I still have my Trickster on the back burner right now, but I'm focusing a little more on my Hierophant that I just started. Now, I just wanted to point out that originally I was incredibly pissed about this game. Surely for the reason that the queue lines were absolutely horrendous when it came to trying to log into the game, and you couldn't do anything. You know, I remember I'd be sitting at my computer for 3-4 hours and I'd still be in the queue, which was the most dreadful experience ever. And you know, you think that coming from a person that goes to conventions that I would be able to sit and wait, but it's like, man, apparently I do better at standing and waiting. So in other words, thankfully they did fix this. They did fix that, and they introduced a new system where basically what happens is if somebody's AFK for too long, it automatically logs them out and it allows other people to get in, and this has helped tremendously. The problem is they may have done it a little too late. Because I do know quite a few guilds and people and stuff that already decided they aren't going to play ArcheAge just because the first few opening weeks was just a train wreck to begin with. But besides that, this game is probably one of the most detailed MMORPGs I've seen. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them out there are really beautiful looking and stuff, but it's just like this one right here, it's just you can see the tree leaves in the background, and they look like tree leaves, whereas some other ones they look a little bit more like a fake bush or something. But other than that, wonderful sites like this one right here, this ArcheAge site, basically kind of like the WoW head for ArcheAge, and they have it set up where you can find all your information stuff, and you can go through and you can find almost anything through the site, which that's another boost, you know, that helps them. Now this other one is their skill calculator site that kind of like the ESO head's skill calculator, where you can go in and you can pick your skills, and then depending on what skill trees you pick, which I want to mention, I love skill trees. That's the one thing that deterred me from World of Warcraft now, is because they took away all the skill trees. But that allows you to make some unique classes and stuff, and man, do they have the classes. They have a big old list of them now. But other than that, I just want to say, like, the graphics of this place is really amazing, and I mean, come on, some of the things that you see in here are really breathtaking. And like one area that me and my friend would always jump from at the mining town, we would just glide on down, and you could just see everything. So it was really beautiful. But unfortunately, because of those long queue lines, memes like these ones have popped up on the internet, which I think severely hurt its reputation. But I just want to let everybody know now, it's a lot better now, and they fixed that horrendous error with the queue. So if anybody is still unsure if they want to play ArcheAge, I can tell you right now, you don't have to wait anymore. You don't have to wait for those long queues. Now, there are like maybe two servers during the the prime time gaming, which is usually between 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., and that's around like Eastern Standard Time. So usually that's the only time that those two servers will end up having a massive influx of players. And other than that, like the rest of the servers, they'll still have high population, but you don't have to wait anymore, so you can go and get it on in there. Now, besides just having the queue fix, I mean that strained out pretty much the biggest issue for me. So I'm more than fine with just playing the game now. Other than that, I mean, like the things I think that are really interesting is the farms. Now, I am a big commerce person when it comes to MMORPGs. I always like to have some sort of portion on the market, and what I do in other games and stuff, like I did for Elder Scrolls Online and World of Warcraft, was that I would max out all the professions I could, and then I would end up selling materials for those professions depending on their rarity. So, you know, some of the stuff that was worth more, I would hold back until I get a few of them, and then I would go and sell them. But other than that, I mean, we have like this is the first game that fully includes construction or allowing people to build houses. Now, we've had games in the past that always said, oh, we will let you build houses, and they said, or other ones would be like, oh, well, it's in a downloadable content, or it's in some sort of patch or something that's going to come out in the future. In those games, we still have yet to see those houses or those construction abilities at all. Whereas this game, straight out of, you know, straight onto the computer, you're allowed to build a house as long as you get the profession skills high enough. Excuse me. Now, that is one thing that I find really interesting. And also, the farming plots, you have like these private ones where you don't have to worry about too much because it's phased out for just you. But to my knowledge, it would take a little bit longer for people to cultivate stuff with it. But then you also have public ones where things will grow faster, and you have, after it mature, your vegetables and whatnot, or your herbs, you have what looks like about a 24-hour window after it matures in order to pick it up. And if you miss it, then somebody else can get it. So you got that little tiny window after your stuff matures that other people can take it. So you just got to make sure that you get it within that first 24 hours. Which I think is really interesting. It adds a whole new perspective to just simple farming. But other than that, I mean, like another really interesting thing that I like is that you can build ships. Now, I've never seen a game where they let you do anything like that, so that's pretty cool. So, as you see, I got a random guild invite. I was originally in a guild, and then the guild ended up leaving because of the queue lines. So, either way, but other than that, though, I mean, like, I want to build a pirate ship. You know, I want to go and get myself some loot. But I'm also a heavy PvP person, and like I was watching some videos of endgame PvP, and it looks fairly interesting. And I myself have played different healer classes in other games, and I was always more of a CC healer anyways, because I'm always running back and forth. But other than that, this game is amazing, and I think anybody that likes MMORPGs or loves them, you should definitely play this, because now they've fixed that huge error in the queue lines, and everything's fine. So, again, I just want to thank everybody for showing up today. This is David Uso Conway, and enjoy.